My name is Jane Taylor. I am originally from Africa. I'm from Kenya, and our farm is Green Thumb Farming, based in Pflugerville, Texas. We have been farming for the last, 6 years, starting in 2015, and it actually started as a hobby. We started growing our vegetables in the back. After some time, we realized we were growing so much. We gave away so much to friends and to our neighbors. And then we were like, okay, maybe we can start selling some of this. So right now we are farming mostly in the community garden that the city of Pflugerville has been very nice to allocate us 2 plots. And we do the farming over there. And some of it is still in our backyard, which is a big chunk of it. So in the near future, we are hoping to get a bigger piece where we can do more farming and expand the whole enterprise. We are growing collards, we are growing Swiss chard, onions, we are growing cabbage, we are growing root vegetables, we are growing some beets and some turnips. So we have widened up our scope a little bit. I farm with my children, my 2 daughters and a son. I have made them get interested in farming, and the kids really, they help me a lot. So they help in watering the gardens when it's time for weeding. They help me with the weeding, but mostly it's in harvesting that I need those extra sets of hands, because we are harvesting different things on Fridays to get everything ready for the farmers market on Saturday. So we try and start our harvesting of the produce very early in the morning. Like as soon as it's daylight, I'm out there in the community garden. And what we do is we take crates with us and we take coolers. We have our knives, our scissors, whatever we need to cut the vegetables if we are having to cut any. So as we are harvesting, we're bundling the vegetables together. We are washing them, cleaning them right there on site and putting them in the coolers so that they can stay fresh. Every vegetable is handled differently. So let's take, for example, harvesting beets. So beets grow underground, but the leaves are on top. I go and check the beets that are matured, a reasonable size, and we pull those out and clean them up. And after cleaning them up, we bunch them together. Green onions, those are our favorite onions at the market. So also those, yes, the roots are underground, and when you pull them out, they have a lot of dirt with them. You have to separate them and then clean them up and then bunch them together. When it comes to Swiss chard and the collards, the Swiss chard grow, of course, on top of the ground. They're not underground. They are on the stem. So we look for the bigger leaves, and we get the bigger leaves all bunched together. They are all cleaned up and then put together in a bunch that are just the way they're going to be sold. Usually we use just gardening scissors, to cut the herbs. But for the collards and for the Swiss chard, you simply use your hands. You get the bigger leaves that are on the outside, you cut them off, and you bundle them together. So mostly when we're harvesting, a knife could come in handy, and also the gardening scissors that work very well. Sometimes you can use pruners too. If you want to be careful that you're not cutting off the big stem, you just want to be careful you're cutting just what you need to prepare for the farmer's market. Oh yes, you cannot avoid getting dirty. And I think that is part of the fun, because as little kids, you like playing outside in the dirt. For those who have sandboxes, the kids play in the sandboxes. That's just part of us as human beings. Farming, or even just simple gardening, you can do it with gloves on, but I think the fun is in getting dirty. Your hands are going to be dirty, but You wash after that, and it's all good. But yeah, you have to get your hands dirty to get something on your plate. We don't have a sink at the farms, so we bought big tubs. So we line up about 4 tubs, and we're cleaning from one tub to the next, to the next, to the next. And we make sure that everything is done as required and everything is clean before we put it all together for the market. Out there in the environment, there's dust that's going to stick on your vegetables as we're growing them. Yes, it looks clean when it's coming from us, and we've done our very best to do what we can do, but always wash your vegetables again, turn the leaves upside down, see if there could be a bag that was missed. So yeah, we encourage everybody to wash their vegetables and their fruits. When we have like tomatoes, some people just want to pick those cherry tomatoes and put them in their mouth, and no, wash them. Wash your vegetables, wash your fruits again. So after we harvest the vegetables, of course, storage is very important. We have to make sure that where we are putting them for the evening, the coolers have cold water in them. Sometimes we use ice blocks to put at the bottom of the cooler so that the water can stay cool, and the vegetables just keep using up that water until the next day when we are ready to take the vegetables to the market. Farmers market is a social event, and it's not just produce that is sold over there. There's a lot of other vendors that have different things. So it would be something nice for families to come out, support your local farmers. People are very supportive. We've had a lot of return customers come back to buy different things from us. You socialize as you're selling the vegetables there. Besides that, we also teach them, not like in a classroom, but as we're talking to them, we teach them how to cook or prepare some of the vegetables that we make. And it has been very satisfying to see some of them come back and tell us, well, I prepared the Swiss chard exactly as you said, and I loved it. Can I have some more? And we also learn from them, because last weekend somebody told me that I could actually just chop my beets and throw them in the oven, and that is not how I've been preparing them, but when I did it, I loved it. So come and see for yourself. It is a nice outing for the whole family. Why I decided to start farming here was because I saw there's a need in the community. And initially, I used to go to the farmers market and I would buy 1 or 2 things from different farmers. And I said, I don't think we have enough farmers. And I still don't think we have enough. It would be very encouraging if younger people would just get an interest in farming and try it out. Yes, it's gonna be a little bit dirty, but it washes off. You're gonna be okay after the gardening, after the farming. You clean up and you're good. But besides that, you know where your food is coming from, and you know what you're putting into your body is something good. Really, once you start, you don't stop, because it's so exciting to put a seed in a container and 2 days later it has sprouted. To me, I think just the fact that we are able to nurture other human beings by what we grow is satisfying. Now, there are rewards, economically, there are rewards, that you get from selling your vegetables. But the most important thing is the fact that I'm able to feed other people. It's something that I'm contributing to society. And I think a lot of people appreciate that too. And when somebody comes back and says, oh, those were the best vegetables I ever had in a long time, it feels good to know that, I use my hands to work on the piece of land and to grow those vegetables. And here we are. Very rewarding.